Hi guys again. So, sorry about that. I'm chewing gum. No reason to beat around the bush. You know exactly what this video is. Top 5 least favourite Generation 2 Pokemon. Richard, would you start us off with your least favourite starter?
I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this, but You told me and I still can't fucking pronounce it. That one
sounded like you were about to say Croatia or something.
But yeah, solely because I just don't like the design. And also, yeah, I just don't. It doesn't. Even the colours, I don't like the colours for it. They're too light to look at. It's yeah, that's solely my favorite. And also, I've never been a major fan of water types.
Because they go against your favourite type.
Yes, pretty much.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah,
that's my choice.
For me, it's Meganium. I have nothing actually against Meganium. It's just a case of least favourite.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to try and add on to that because my bottom starter is also Meganium. Sorry to shit on your favourite starter, Richard.
So I did Andy or something.
Yeah, we did. Funnily enough, it was the grass one there as well. But yeah. So Meganium, I sort of agree with Andrew in that it's just sort of the case of it being the least favourite because there aren't many starter Pokemon that I genuinely dislike. But if I did have to say something bad about Meganium, it just feels like a toned down Venusaur. It feels bland. It doesn't feel like a starter Pokemon. It feels like a random Pokemon, like number 207 in the Pokedex or whatever. So, yeah, it just sort of feels a little bland to be a starter. Really.
What is it actually supposed to be?
I don't fucking know. A pair?
It's the only one of the 3 starters of this stem that I don't know what it's meant to be.
Neither do I. I mean, Bulbasaur, you can gather from its name that it's supposed to be a dinosaur, and I guess you can say from the design you can sort of see the game it's kind of like a Brontosaurus or something.
Yeah.
But it's just Again, I don't legitimately dislike it, but it's just a case of it being too boring. Like, I mean, even the step from Bayleaf to Meganium, it literally just looks like, it gets slightly bigger and then gets flowers instead of leaves around its neck. That always bugs me. But anyway, Richard, what is your least favourite starter? Not starter, legendary.
Yeah, just because each sort of picture I've seen of it looks like sort of chicken's head. And yeah, I just think they put too much into the design of it that it's got too many colours in it. And there's too many bits. It's too
over design.
Yeah, well, obviously, but yeah, it's it's a word that means it's
It's a word that means a thing.
Have you know something?
It's a word that has a definition.
Mine's completely blank, but yeah, I just think it's too complicated for a design. Even though it's legendary, it's still
My least favourite, well, it's exactly that. It's just my least favourite is Lugia. It's never particularly appealed to me. I wasn't playing in that generation. As much as I like his EX and the TCG, as much as I like his EX and the TCG, he's horribly hard to use. And yeah, that's about it really.
You know what, I might Lugia, but if I want to say one thing that does bug me about it, it's a psychic flying type, but a lot of the time in the TCG and even in water, that just bugs me. Oh, is that it, Andy? Alright, I'm gonna have to agree with Richard. God, it's weird because a lot of time in the last one I was agreeing with you, now I'm agreeing with Richard. But I have to agree with Richard. My least favorite legendary is Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is the first legendary I can say that I dislike because one, it's supposed to be like from what I can tell, it's supposed to shine 7 different colors, and it's got about 3, 4, maybe 5, and 2 of those aren't in rainbow. It's a fire flying type, but its design to me screams normal flying type, and I'm not really sure why. It might be. I'm not. I'm really not sure. It looks too normal for me. But I guess I'm kind of going against what Richard was saying. Richard was saying it's like overly complicated and over designed. I'm saying it's too bland, and that seems to be a big problem for this generation with me. Actually, a lot of the design, well, at least a lot of the designs I really don't like just came across to me as a little too bland. And it's weird to say because Ho-Oh does have a rather like a more detailed design than a lot of the Pokemon did at the time, but it comes across as too bland to me. I don't think I'd have this problem if it was a normal type, but at the same time, I still wouldn't like its design because it doesn't look graceful, if you know what I mean. Because it's a legendary Pokemon that is said to be, majestic, shine 7 colors of the rainbow, and have these mystical powers. But it just sort of looks like an evolution to Fearow in some way. And you guys know that I don't like Fearow, so
Good counter, how many times you said bland in there? But honestly, I lost count.
Oh god, I can try. I won't have a constant count going up. I'll just have it at the end once I finish the sentence. Bland was uttered this many times. Oh well. Richard, go ahead with your number 5 pick that you sort of said in the last video.
Yeah, good to save time to put that clip into this. But anyway, it's basically Paragon 2. Because it's basically a mascot for Aston Villa as another duck. I don't like the name because well, it shouldn't be a Pokemon, and why a fucking rubber duck? Honestly, it just doesn't make sense. I don't like it, and that's my point.
This progression to me doesn't make any sense because as Paragon, it's got this really angular, tanky look about him, and then he just turns into
It turns
Right.
Yeah. It's because Porygon's supposed to be the underdeveloped, shitty version, like the rough cut of a computer program. Then Porygon 2 is the more smoothed out, better looking version. Then Porygon Z is a virus. So it's a computer program attacked by a virus.
Okay. I still prefer the look of Paragon.
I agree 100%.
Okay. Right. Number 5, Pineco. The laziest Pokemon ever, in my opinion. Or Pineco, as Nathan insists I call it.
I swear that's what they called it in the anime.
But yeah, it's a Pinecone, or Pineco. They didn't make any effort to distinguish it from a Pinecone in its design, except for the eyes.
But Pinecone's green.
Exactly. In the colour and in the eyes. And it's just the epitome of laziness for me. Yeah.
But silver lining it evolved into Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress is awesome, but Pineco, no.
Yeah. Alright. My number 5 spot is. Sorry, guys. My number 5 spot is Dunsparce. Because everybody hates Dunsparce. It's based off of. I forgot the name of what it is actually based off of, but it's based off of some mythical creature that's like this weird fat snake. It looks helpless. It feels helpless when you're trying to use the fucker because it doesn't do anything out in any sort of outstanding way. It's just It just sucks. It badly, desperately needs some sort of evolution. And like, I'm not talking mega evolution either because that's like what a 100-point boost. It needs more than that. It needs a legitimate, like proper evolution first before you can even think about giving it a mega evolution.
Extra 400 base stats.
It really does need something, but because at the moment it's got like nothing going for it. And that's about it. It's just a very lackluster Pokemon that needs a massive boost.
Just what that means, it lacks the appeal of Magikarp. At least Magikarp turns into something worthwhile.
Exactly. I think. Alright. 3 of the Pokemon on my least favorite list for this generation are Pokemon that don't evolve. Yeah. Anyway, Richard, your number 4?
My number 4 will be. I've got 2 on it that's just really lame designs. And this fight's in number 4. Miltank is basically a cow for me.
Crop would use Miltank Crop.
I was just about to bring that up. Didn't that essentially piss off every single person who played that game?
Unless you fought in the chapter or something.
Yeah.
Or trade from them. I don't remember how it works, but you can get a fight and take beforehand. And Totodile, like, a lot of people say, especially Tamaki, has said that they do give you a lot of things beforehand to deal with it.
Yeah.
But if you don't like the Pokemon, or you don't want to use those Pokemon for your team or something, then it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So for that tangent, yeah. Yeah, basically I've said everything. Lazy design. Literally a cow. Don't get it. Get it. Talk it about. Yep. And we lunch and we bought it in our tank. Oh yeah. Go on, Andy.
Right. My number 4 slot is Pupitar. Just because it doesn't make sense. Like, it's essentially their attempt at carrying over the bugs, isn't it? Because as far as I'm aware, it's the only Pokemon that goes through that stage 1 cocoon in this gen. And I don't see why they should do it with something that evolves from Tiny Dinosaur thing. But it looks sort of like a blow dart. Yeah. And evolves into Godzilla, as you said in the last video. And in the middle, it's a cocoon.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. There's no logical progression there.
Godzilla was a butterfly.
I mean, maybe if you look into it, there is. Like, maybe if you look into like face up or something, but face value is nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it really. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, if that's it, then my number 4 is the evolution of the Pokemon with the lowest base stats, which is Sunburn. My number 4 pick is Sunflora. Now, I have a certain, like, this weird logic progression when it comes to Pokemon like this, because if a Pokemon is really shitty, like Suncan or Magikarp or Feebax or something like that, if it's got an evolution that fixes it, then I can't really hate either. Like, I can't hate the Magikarp because it's going to evolve into Gyarados if I just put in the time, and I can't hate the Gyarados because it's an awesome Pokemon. Sunflora is the opposite of this. Suncan is shit, and Sunflora, whose job as an evolution is supposed to be to make this Pokemon good or better, just fails outright. It's not a good Pokemon. And that makes me dislike Sunflora more, because it didn't do its job, essentially. It's just a weird logic I have with shitty basic Pokemon. Because if they evolve into something, I can't really hate the basic Pokemon. And if they evolve into something that isn't good, it just makes me hate the evolution more. And that's the reason that Sunflora is going instead of Suncan. As Suncan's shit, but Sunflora should have been better.
Because it feels maybe like Suncan is trying by evolving into something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a weird thing to say that, because that gives the impression that I think Pokemon are some sort of sentient beings. But, yeah, it really is that. It feels like Suncan, through its evolution, is trying to get there, and then evolves into Sunflower, and Sunflower sucks out. Richard?
Yep. Next one, basically, another laser design is Slugma. It's a bit of squeaky thing with shapes. So it's like there must have been a point where they must have got really hungry and just wanted to go for lunch, so they just knocked out about 5 or 6 really shit Pokemon. I thought, no, fuck it, what do we do? And I know that Miltank and Slugma are 2 of them definitely.
Or maybe 15.
Yeah.
Or around 15.
But yeah, it's that's about it. I just think it's another nice design.
I haven't put it in my list, but a problem that I actually have with Slugma is it's another one of those Pokemon which can physically die in the games. If you stop moving, then he gets too cold and hardens, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's not actually doesn't move. He hardens.
Oh, Hardens.
Yeah, his magma just solidifies.
No, I thought you said Pardons, and that was your little way of saying, oh, he passed away. I was like, Pardons.
Nah. Yeah, I have that problem with Pokemon that can actually die.
I assume Spoink is going to be
Yes,
again for it.
Spoink is absolutely going to be in my list.
Are they introduced? I'm sort of interested to look it up now. Are they introduced at least one Pokemon that can die just from something you do in the game for each generation? I can't
For
think.
each gen,
Yeah, because so far it's been
Charmander in Gen 1,
Slugma for Gen 2.
Spoink Gen 2.
I can't think of any other thing.
I can't think of any of the Pokemon in Gen 4 now.
Oh well, let's just move on.
We'll pick that up by the 6th gen,
Yeah.
the latest. But yeah, sorry for the tangent. Gen 3 is, no, Slot 3 is Giraffary. Because I think Giraffary is generally a universally hated Pokemon. I get that it's a giraffe, so what is up with the ass end? What the hell is that thing on its tail? Why has it got a chain chomp on its tail?
I can't remember the exact thing, but like I know a lot of people wanted it to evolve into a psychic dark type and have that part take over. But yeah,
That would have made him worthwhile, but it's just it's a Pokemon that looks almost exactly like its real life counterpart, and I've got no problem with things that resemble what they're meant to in real life. But when they're that close,
like Eradicate.
yeah, well, I don't know, Rackate's got something about it that makes me like him, but Giraffary is useless, and then he has that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, my number 3 spot is Ledian. Anyone remember who Ledian is?
Vaguely.
Nope, exactly. My point. They have made it for me. It just. Wait 1 second. Alright.
It's the basic one.
Exactly. See? No one knows what the fuck this is. It's. I don't even remember its type. I think it's bug fighting, but I can't remember. But either way, Ladybug just sort of looks like a cartoonish ladybug. But then it evolves into Ledian, and my problem with it is it gets smaller. And that always sort of bugs me. Because, bugs. Yeah. But yeah, it gets smaller and it looks more helpless. It loses like the big cartoony bug eyes and gets like weird like alien eyes. And I don't remember it being that useful. I rarely hear anyone ever talk about it. No one knows what the fuck it, where it comes in. Richard doesn't know at all. Andrew thought it was the basic form. And I didn't even remember it was a Generation 2 Pokemon until I looked it up and put it on the list. I couldn't remember what generation it came in, and that's normally not a problem for me. The worst I ever get is I sometimes think of Generation 2 Pokemon as Generation 3 Pokemon or vice versa, and that's literally the worst it ever gets for me. But with Ledian, I just could not remember at all where it came in, and that irritates me. I'm trying not to say bugs now. It irritates me when a Pokemon is like full and boring. Oh well. Yeah, see, we just got it on his phone now. It just looks awkward.
He also gets. Well, I suppose. No, never mind.
What is it? Tennis ball?
Yeah, there's another thing actually. Just looking at the design, Ladybug has 6 appendages that are all basically the same. You can use them as fists or as legs. And when it evolves into Ledian, 2 of them turn into dedicated like feet. So he has 4 arms and 2 feet. I don't know why that irritates me so much. I guess. Whatever, Richard, you go on with your next bit.
Okay, so my next one,
Number 2.
yes, is Smooth Chum. Just because it just reminds me of Nicki Minaj. Honestly, it has everything you expect from Nicki Minaj. Ridiculously large glass lips, really shit hair, but and just really disproportionate size.
Well, I guess not coincidental, but it is the baby version of the Pokemon, which is Jinx.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I can think when I see it. I'm just like, no. Go away.
Damn it, Nicki Minaj ruining our Pokemon.
Go sit in the corner. But yeah, that's my number 2.
Alright, my number 2 is 7 Pokemon because the babies minus Elekid because but Elekid's got something about it. He actually looks cute and resembles something like he actually looks like he's got some significance to the evolutionary line.
Even though he actually doesn't because of Pikachu.
Yeah.
I think the only one I can think of that does is Pikachu because of that Pikachu no Volt Temple. But that's about it.
But yeah, the rest of them, like, this evolution is meant to be this thing that carries Pokemon forward, so I don't see why you would make them go backwards. And why, like, if these things have these stages before the basic, then it feels like they should always be there, regardless of whether they can reach a later stage. It's really something that you should have introduced in Gen 1, or you should have
So it's a logic thing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just get on my nerve, especially Smoochum. And Mine Junior.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Mine Junior wasn't yet. But... Yeah, Mine Junior is Gen 4.
Oh.
And you know, I could have sworn Smoochum was Gen 3 as well, but that's another one of those Pokemon that I just get confused with.
Fair enough. Well, that's me though.
My number 2 is one of the 2 Pokemon that I would say are the banes of the existences to Pokemon collectors. Oh no. Oh no. The Pokemon that has 28 different forms that no one wants to touch. It's just, I mean, do I even need to say what's by the way, in case you're curious, the other one that is the bane of the existence of a Pokemon collector is the other one because of how many patterns it has.
How difficult they are to get.
Yeah. But, well, I guess not that difficult one trading, but still.
You have to know or you have to get lucky enough times to get all the different forms. Or you have to know someone from each of those different regions.
I assume there are people on the GTS who are like Vivillon for Vivillon from a different region. But either way, Unknown, unlike with Vivillon, who actually has attacks, Unknown just knows Hidden Power. And Empower ain't a great move. It's a move I think pretty much every Pokemon can learn, or almost every Pokemon, if not all of them.
I think there is all of them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe there's some Pokemon like Magikarp or something.
Maybe.
But either way, it's not a special move. They're not good. they're gimmicky. Like, I used to like them as a kid, so I was like, oh, there's a set of 28 Pokemon that I can go catch a lot of. And it was like, I don't like them. I have 5. I just want another N so I can spell out my name. That's literally all I did. I got 6. Well, I got 5. I stopped before I ever got the 6th one to spell out my name. So that means, and obviously because of my name, that means I need 2 A's and 2 N's, and I often do not like having 2 of the same Pokemon. So unknown irks me. But yeah, that's it. But just,
Yeah, my number 1 hated is Snubbull.
Snubbull.
Just from what I remember, the anime is a massive douchebag. And I have actually used it with training my games. Not too useful to be honest. But yeah, that's good. It's not the charm and the main reason why douchebag.
I'm just trying to think, wasn't one of your reasons for one of your favourite books? Wasn't your reason for Charizard because he was a bit of a dick and you like that? Yeah. What was it then?
I don't know.
no, yeah, definitely. It was like, he's a bit of a dick in some way.
Yes, but he was a fire type. He was a dragon.
He had
There
a
were
cool
advantages.
design.
Oh,
He had
so
the right
racist.
to be a dick.
Yeah, racism to pink people.
Well, more species.
Yeah.
Or subspecies, I'm not.
Yes, I did that. Like it. And he has it got a positives about it. Like,
Justify being a dick.
yes, true. When you're Charizard, you can be a dick because nobody's going to question you.
Snowball was a dick
Except
in
bastards.
Snowball was a dick in the bratty way.
Yes.
Charizard was a dick in the badass way.
Yes. There you go.
Fair enough.
There's a justification for you.
Yeah, so now it's been fleshed out, I'll accept it.
Okay. You're done.
Right, Stampler. Like, it's I know full well it's unfair for me to put him in my top slot, but I hate him so much for no good reason. Except, like, why does he need to be there? And what is up with his ass?
What?
Have you seen his ass?
I don't tend to check that Pokemon's ass, but
Right, you need to see this. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'm not on the Wi-Fi.
yeah, I've already got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go on while we find doing that. But we've already had the Pokemon as well.
Don't think so.
Well,
Oh wait, yeah, I know what you're talking about actually. Yeah.
yeah, is that
Bubble
one of the massive balls on his
Yeah.
ass? But yeah, even if we didn't have them, I feel like he was the first attempt at a deer Pokemon and it failed so badly. But the other ones actually do it and capture some.
Like Source Book or Dealing.
Yeah, they actually capture some character, I feel. Not much, but it's something. But then you just get this thing, which is. I can only assume it swallowed too much chewing gum and then farted or something.
It just looks shitty.
Oh,
Not to mention it's another normal type. There's
Yeah.
nothing really special about it.
it's unfair for me to put him in the top spot, but there's something that makes him complete him with passion.
Well, my number 1 is Corsola. Anyone remember Corsola?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Not many people do.
I'm one of them people.
Yeah, it's really forgettable. And on top of the fact that we have an overabundance of water types anyway, it's another shit water type that doesn't evolve into anything special. It doesn't do anything special. It doesn't evolve. It's just there to be a coral Pokemon. It's just. Oh. Yeah, it's. I don't want to use the word again, but it's just boring.
Oh.
Yeah. It just. it's really boring. I mean, I can't think of many ways that you could make a coral Pokemon all that interesting because, I mean, it's something that doesn't move. It's completely rigid. But it's just
Like the Pineapple.
yeah, exactly. But Pineapple at least evolves into something useful. Corsola, on top of being a water type, which you have a lot of anyway, it's a shitty water type, and it doesn't evolve into anything better. It just sucks, and it's forgettable as all hell. Like, again, I didn't even remember it. Like, unlike a lot of Pokemon, that I just, like, Levian, I don't remember what generation it comes from until I looked it up. Corsair, I didn't remember existed until I looked it up. The only slight memory I have of it is I think Misty might have had one in the anime. And I don't think it did anything too useful there either. I'm also not a big fan of Pokemon that aren't like properly animate.
Yeah.
Corsair is just sort of completely rigid and it just sort of bounces around. Even Magnemite, who's just basically a collection of magnets, even its magnets spin and all shit like this.
What's that? I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's two arms that come out from a rock.
Yeah, I know you're about. I can't remember. It's like
Even
the barnacle or something.
Yeah, a binnacle.
Binnacle.
Even he waves around a little bit.
Yeah. So of course, it sucks. It basically Andrew's thing where he has a dislike for Pokemon that can die, like or have like that massive fatal flaw. I have a thing for Pokemon that just sort of don't move. They're just completely stiff. Why I'm not too big a fan of another reason why I'm not too big a fan of Voltorb or Electro, but even they feel more animate because they spin, they do shit. Also, it's just sort of there. Oh, I guess that's it. Then, yeah.
That's it. Again, we'd say time on this one.
Yeah, the last worst. We seem to spend more time on the worst one than we did that one.
Yeah, because there's really hate things more than we love things.
Exactly. It's also I
love to hate.
I feel it's easier to describe things you don't like rather than things you like. There's only so much you can say. Like I just like this because it appeals to me.
Oh yeah, you can describe things you hate. They're like cursing and
Like there are normally specific reasons why you can. Anyway, guys, we will see you for the Generation 3 video that will be up 3 years from now.